Hello and welcome to Sunday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where the eagle-eyed amongst you will note that that puzzle on the screen is the one I tried in yesterday's video. It's called Mean Samurai by J40. It's an absolutely brilliant puzzle, but it's not the puzzle I'm supposed to be doing in this video. I am supposed to be doing, well, Mark's done his dastardly deed, basically. He sent me a link to a puzzle, and he also sent me a picture today. Let me show you the picture. There. Extreme grade, overall score 380. Now, the reason this is weird, I mean, Mark is a strange guy. We all know that. But the reason this is weird is that I think that this typeface comes from a popular Sudoku solving website called something like Andrew Stewart's Sudoku Solver. And I think that only solves classic Sudoku. So I think what Mark is going to have sent me here, let's put it into the, I'll put the link here, paste and go. Arbitrary Code Execution by Jovial. Well, I love Jovial's puzzles. And it's normal Sudoku. Normal Sudoku. We've got arbitrary. I've got a lot of given digits here. Good grief. Hang about. Arbitrary Code Execution by Jovial. Well, that is interesting. And let's go back to the picture. So this has got an extreme grey. The problem is I don't really know what extreme means in terms of difficulty. That suggests that this puzzle is, well, it suggests it's extreme, which I guess means it's anything but easy. But I'm very surprised it's extremely difficult when it's got this number of givens. I'm just staring at it now, trying to see if I can see anything, which unsurprisingly I can't. And why is it called Arbitrary Code Execution? ACE. I don't know, but I'm looking forward to trying it, and it's not going to take me long to read out the rules today. I don't have much news either. I've got a couple of birthdays, so let me do those. Brian, you've turned 47 today, and I know this because your wife Claudine wrote to us and told us that you might appreciate a shout out. So Brian, I hope you have a brilliant day, replete with the copious amounts of chocolate cake that any birthday requires. And also Sophie, you've turned 24 today. Now your boyfriend, I know your boyfriend's name is Kevin, but he wanted me to try and say, I think it must be his nickname. I'm going to go for Keitho or Ketho. I don't know. He said I had to pronounce it as Germanly as I could, and I don't know what that means. And Sophie, I understand you don't even watch the videos. You just use them to go to sleep, which is, well, we don't mind really. It's a problem Mark and I have both been cursed with throughout our adult lives. Some people at least, find us quite dull. But to some nerds, we can be entertaining. I promise. Keep watching the video. Anyway, the only other thing to mention is over on Patreon, of course, we had our Fistamafel Sudoku hunt, Sudoku event of the century, and very well done to the following who completed the whole hunt. Thomas Sylvester, who finished at 6 seconds to midnight on New Year's Eve, so just in time. Marit Watery. And Marit asked a question about solution videos. I don't know for the Fistamafel. We did those as a Christmas present, so we may think about a video for Ancient Wall. In fact, I might ask Fistamafel whether he wants to make one. Amit Sharma, Marcus Sokol, Arna Kristen, Monty Coulomb, Sven Vilka, Liz Scoble, Alberto Valauri, Jonathan J. Harsh, who wrote a very amusing comment. He said he's convinced that Fistamafel is not human and is some sort of eldritch singularity of setting talent, which I thought was a beautiful phrase. Patrick Turner, Jacob Belanga, Mark Dumont, Gunter Gera, Sebastian Dow, and Jonathan Alp. All of you, very well done. Fantastic solving. And if you're still, you should all still be working unless you finished it on the J Dyer hunt, which is the current Patreon reward for January. But we can delay no longer. Why has Mark sent me this, apart from the fact it's monstrously hard? I wonder if it's just because it's got so many givens. It's weird. But the rules are as follows. Normal Sudoku rules apply, i.e. place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, column and 3x3 box. And that is it. Now do have a go at the puzzle. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. And now I get to play. Let's get cracking. And there's immediately something weird going on in the central 3 rows here, because they've all... well, they're all missing the same digits. So that is a 7, 8, 9 triple in each. I was looking at the boxes to notice that, but obviously it's the same if we consider the rows. That's not 7. That's not 8. That's not 7. Ooh, it's not. Well, it's not going to be. There's not going to be anything easy here, is there? That is something we can be assured about. Because if the computer thinks it's extreme, there must be some weirdnesses going on. I'm going to check this row. 4, 8 and 9 are the missing digits there, and just check whether we've got... yeah, we can get rid of 4 from this cell, so we're down to 8 or 9. And this... oh, that's a 7, 8... oh, that's a 7, 8, 9 row as well. Ah, nearly. There's very nearly a 7, 8, 9 triple in column 5. Let's... oh, no. Oh, I see. No, I was about to say let's try and do some Sudoku with the vertical digits, but actually, so far, no, it doesn't work. I was looking at 2s, because I had a 2 down here, but I've got 3 2s in the central columns. I've got 3 1s there. I've got 3 3s there. 5, I get a pencil mark at the top of the grid. So I switched to corner pencil marks. Just for anybody watching this video who's not seen a Cracking the Cryptic video before. Corner pencil marks like these, as opposed to central pencil marks like these. Corner pencil marks are box logic. So what I'm doing there is I'm saying that the 5 in this 3x3 box is locked into those 2 cells. Central pencil marks are cell logic. So I'm saying that that particular cell can only be the digits 4, 8 and 9. And I will use that. Ooh, I will use that throughout. No, 6s don't work. 5s. Okay, so we get odd 5 dominoes of pencil marks in boxes 1 and 9, about as remote from each other as they could possibly be. 5, 6, 8, 9 in these gaps. I might... why should I... oh, no, you X-wings, maybe. 8s in... I'm going to have a look at 8s in this column. Because my I suppose, is it my best tip for... it might be my best tip for classic Sudoku, in terms of the harder types of classic Sudoku, is to find rows and columns where a digit can only go in exactly 2 positions. It's the cornerstone, it's the basis for so many of the advanced techniques, X-wings, skyscrapers, and the like. So if I look at 8 in this column, you can see it's locked into just one of 2 places. So what I'm immediately going to do now is I'm going to hunt for other columns that have a similar restriction. Yes, that is not going to work at all. All right, okay, let's forget about that. Sorry, that didn't work. It may be my good tip, but it doesn't work. Let's try 3, 4, 7 and... oh no, right, okay, so it's the same there. It's the same there for 7s as it was for 8s here. So 7 in column 4 is locked into one of 2 places. Ooh, okay. 7 in column 1 is in one of 3 places, so we only have to get... if I can get another one that's just using these positions, I will have a swordfish. No, not quite. No. Okay, sorry, that is not it either. Right, come on, Simon, there must be... There must be something here. There must be something. I suppose I can take some solace from the fact that this is not going to have been sent to me if it's just downright impossible. There must be a trick, and we just have to spot what it is and not do such an execrable job of spotting whatever it is that Jovial has hidden in her puzzle. Jovial, what have you done? You have been jolly naughty and put in... Oh no, yeah, okay. I was trying to do something with the 7s, 8s, 9s here, but these don't all go in the same direction. So yeah, what I was thinking was, if I make that green, obviously green in box 4 is in one of those two, and I immediately looked at that cell expecting to lock that cell into those two, but you can see that the missing diagonal goes in a different direction. If it had gone in the same direction, I would have known that was green, because I wouldn't have been able to put a green in this row. Other than there. No. Oh, bobbins, bobbins. Come on, Simon. Oh no. Ooh. Okay. No, it is that. Well, it's something like that. Where does that digit go? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This is totally... I think this is really obvious, and I just have not spotted this at all. Right, where does that digit go? Oh, it's pretty. It is pretty. It's pretty, but it's like one of those film shows where there's a really beautiful woman, and they put massive glasses on her like mine, and they try and make out that she's not really beautiful when she obviously is. This is obviously something to do with these 7s, 8s and 9s. But look, that digit, where does it go in this box? If it goes there, you just can't put blue anymore in row 7 of the grid. It just doesn't go in. If that's blue and that's blue, then that's blue, and none of those can be blue. So blue couldn't go in row 7. So that one is the same as that one. Right, I'm going to get rid of my colours altogether, I think. It's Control A, I think, to highlight the whole grid. Delete all the colours. I was scared I was going to delete all my pencil marks. So that digit is blue. That can't be blue. So that's blue. So therefore... Oh, okay, so we've done it. Oh, no, we haven't. All we can do is delete 7 from here. I thought I was going to be better than that. Because these are all the blue digits, we've now got blue down to 8 or 9. We've got that one. No, I'll use that one. That's easier to see. So that digit has got to go there now, and there in these boxes. So this one, and this one, they are all the same. And therefore, well, now we need to somehow... Oh, so no, right, maybe it's the yellows now. They're mapping to... Oh, yeah, okay, it is. That's lovely, actually. That's really very, very beautiful. So, okay. If you haven't spotted what's going on here, pause the video, because it will give you a kick when you see what's happening. This is really, really beautiful. I'm very interested to know whether the computer doesn't understand what we've just done. And if this helps me to solve the puzzle, I will certainly be typing it into the computer in a moment or two, and we shall see together. But have you spotted why yellow's are interesting? Because let's imagine yellow was 8 or 9. If yellow's 8, or let's imagine it's 8, because it's all the same digit, You can't put that digit in row 3 anymore. If these digits instead are all 9s, you can't put 9 in row 3 anymore. So the only digit that we can put in yellow is 7. So these are all 7, which means that green is 9. There we go. There we go. There we go. We're off to the races. We've got something in the grid. We've got... Okay, now that obviously can't be 7 anymore. Let's try and get rid of... Oh, this one can't be 8. I hadn't seen that, but that's got to be 9. So that's got to be 7 because it sees 8 and 9. That's 8. That's not 9 anymore because it sees 9. And there's now there's opportunities for other things. There's now a 7 pencil mark we didn't have originally. We've got a lot of digits now in these two columns, so I'm going to check those out in a minute. I've got a 4-7 pair. So you can see here that the 7 is in one of these two squares where I had the pencil marked 4. So because I knew the 4 was in one of those two positions in this box, and I've now worked out the 7 is in one of those same two positions in this box, I can replace the pencil marks. That's become a 4-7 pair. So this must be a 2-8 pair, which is resolved. 8, 2. Go into the grid. So 2 is now in a domino down here. Okay, hang on a moment. Let's see if we can do any better than that. We may not be able to. Right, I'm going to look at these columns now, where I need 3, 4, and where does 7 has to go at the bottom. Sorry, I could have seen that very quickly. So this is that's a 3, 4 pair at the top by Sudoku, and that means this square can no longer be a 4. So that's got to be 8. That's got to be 9. That's got to be 4. Is this collapsing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Yes, 9 goes here. 5, 6 here. So now if we scan down this column, you can see 5s and 6s have got to live in those two squares, which means 3 and something has to live there. My brain wasn't quick enough to work out it was 3 and 4. That's annoying. That's not actually resolved. The 7 here. How can I not see? It's because I'm not used to given black digits. I hardly ever get black digits in my puzzles now. So my brain has taught itself to focus on blue digits and leave black digits alone. They simply don't exist for my mind. But actually it's quite useful if you do actually note that they are there in the grid to help you. 3 goes in one of those positions. 9, look, is in one of those positions. And can we keep this going? Well, we've got a lot in this column now. 1, 4 and 6. So 4 must live at the bottom. This is weird. It's just absolutely collapsing. So 2, 5. So there's a 5, 8 pair now. You can see in this top box. 5 and 8. They've only got these two positions. So that must mean that the 9 is not going to interrupt the flow of 5 8-age that must exist. This has got to be a 2. So let's have a look at what we need to complete this column, where we need 1s and 6s. So the 2 shifts over here. This is a 1, 6 pair. That square there is going to be the 9 that we need. 9 goes in the corner. No song for you. That's a 5. This is a 1, 3 pair. How's this all getting resolved? The 5. I was wondering about that. 6, 1, 1, 3, 3, 4. So that all goes in. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. 1 goes here. So 1 goes here. 6, 6, 5, 5, 8. 8 there and 2 there. That's weird. What a beautiful puzzle that is. That is so clever. I'm actually going to just... can I reset the puzzle? Restart. Look at this. Because it's just all about those cells. And the moment you see that there's an implication between these green cells and these 3 cells, that's the moment that's the moment you colour the central strip. And because of the way that Jovial has designed row 3, you immediately are able to say something about what one of the colours is. It's gorgeous. I mean, full stop. That is gorgeous. Now, I'm just going to pause while I go and type this in to a computer solver, and then we'll look at that together. 1 second. Right, hopefully you can see that. I've put this is Andrew Stewart's solver. Let me, I'm not very used to this. Solution, okay, so that's telling me there's one solution. Make that go away. Grader, let's click grader. Yes, okay, so this is what Mark did. So the computer thinks that this puzzle is extremely hard, I'm guessing. Now, so if there's a button solve path, I don't know what that does. I have clicked take step before. I'm just going to click take step and see what it does. Let's see if we can understand how the computer thinks about this. I don't even understand what that means. Does that mean it gets rid of the yellow cell? It's removed a 7. So that, yeah, I think what this is right. So the compute, okay, I sort of understand that by reference to the X-wing chance that I did identify during my solve that column 4, the 7 in column 4 was locked into one of 2 positions. And you can see that the computer solver hones in on that. The computer solver notes that if row 5 column 8 was a 7, then oh, is this right or not? No, I'm not sure actually now. Yeah, okay, right, no, this is more complicated. The computer solver says either, I think this is what the computer solver is saying anyway, I might be wrong. It says either row 9 column 4 is a 7, in which case row 9 column 8 cannot be a 7, or row 4 column 4 is a 7, because that's the only other position for this 7 in this column. In which case, in this row, this would be a 7, and therefore that still can't be a 7. So it's mad. That's a mad thing to do. Yeah, that's what the yellow. So yellow means it takes them out. Oh, good grief! What's that? An X cycle, getting rid of an 8 in that cell. But it's not. Another X cycle, getting rid of an 8 in this cell. That's going to give it, okay, so that gives it the, oh no, I don't know what that's done. No, it still hasn't given it a digit. What is that? Aligned pair exclusion. There was a time in my life when I knew what one of those was. That time has passed. It looks complicated, and it doesn't look like it's doing anything. So the computer is going off on flights of fancy here. Another one of those things. To get rid of candidates in individual cells, getting rid of a 4 in the corner. Gosh. That's getting rid of a 7 in row 7, column 3, using an alternating inference chain, which sounds to me just like guessing. Another. So the computer sort of understands that there's some coordination going on through these central 3 rows, but it cannot understand the simple deduction that a human being can just see the moment that you sort of study it. It's still messing about at the end. I'm not surprised it thinks the puzzle's difficult if you need all this nonsense to do it. It's right down here. It's doing cell forcing chains. We're getting towards Bowman's bingo. Oh, please go to Bowman's bingo. Oh no, now it's done something else. This is a mad X. Oh, it's finally got a digit. It got an 8 there as its first digit. That's mad, isn't it, when you think of what our first digit was 3 7s in the middle rows. Okay, so now what? So now it sort of understands, does it? It still doesn't really understand. It's still messing about. That would look like a Y-wing. It was a Y-wing. Okay, and then it finishes it. Well, that is fascinating. That is absolutely fascinating. So arbitrary code execution, jovial. I have no idea what that means, but I do know that you have created a beautiful, it's a vignette, a little moment where human beings can still just about feel superior. So those of you who are, those of you maybe chess people at the moment are particularly bitter about the world of computers, beating up human beings. But in the Sudoku world, I think we can still say we have the upper hand, in the sense that Jovial has created something that is beautiful to a human being, and that a human being can, I think, with some justification, say that we can say that we understand the puzzle more quickly than the computer does, or in a more efficient way than the computer does for once. And it's nice occasionally to still think that we can beat the machines. So let me know in the comments how you got on. Let me know if you saw it the same way I did. And I do enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.